Hi everybody, Radical Gardener. How are ya? Okay, today is November 16th. It is a Wednesday. And it is 2:36, something like that. So, been super busy with the center, the cube, all of our protocols. Oh, just tons of stuff. Of course, the new website that we developed called EESystemlocations.com, and it's free. We're going to post research papers from different EESystem owners that if they do research, objective research, we want to post it on the site. We have about 100 listings on there now of systems all over the world. We even have one from Tasmania. And we've just started selling advertising, really inexpensive, $30 a month. They can cancel anytime they want. And so we give them rotated so that they have front page visibility. It's a beautiful site. Nicole did it. Nicole is the best. She's the best. She's the one that did my other site, Therapeutic Sound and Wellness. She did Michigan Voiceover Talent. She did. That's enough, monkey. That's enough. There's nobody out there. Oh my God. Something tells me that those people that gave me Minky Monkey maybe didn't like her barking. I'm just saying. Minky, come on. No more. No. Oh, okay. We'll just have to listen to that for a minute. Okay, so today's topic is, well, I haven't really formed the official title, but it's like, what modality got me well, not what, let me start over. What modality was responsible for various healings and improvements in my body? Okay? Minky, no. She responds to loud no's. No. For a while she does. Okay, so I had to write it down because this is Minky, no. I'm sorry you're hearing me do that. I don't know what else to do. All right. So I had to write it down because this journey, this part of my journey, where I found some really special things to improve health, started 4 years ago. Now I've been on this kick for a very long time. I was raised with the chiropractic style that came from Palmer. We had a chiropractor that came to our house once a week. He was this really old school guys in the 60s, gave us neck adjustments on kitchen chairs with towels and phone books. He's an amazing practitioner. Amazing what that guy knew. And again, really low, really old school. So I've been around these kinds of things for a very long time, but more specifically, I wanted to touch on some of them and what's been going on for the last few years. So of course the journey started with the C60, and of course I take Greska C60, which is c-60.com. He was a carbon scientist for NASA, and he's a real carbon scientist. So all those other people that really poke at him and say that their C60 doesn't have toxic solvent, and I'm not going to say who says that or if they all say that or some of them say it. I don't even follow him. I don't know. I know at first they really gave him a lot of heat, but we had tested his C60 just on the results that by comparing the different C60s. God, I cannot speak English today. I have got to slow down. So what I mean by that is that Dr. Snell and I would do live blood analysis and dry cell analysis and you know, the heart math and EV, and so all these things that are measurable, besides my anecdotes of how I was feeling, and Bob's C60 was the one that was the most effective for me. I don't know about the rest of you, but for me. So what happened, you know, and it'll be 4 years in March that I've been taking it. So one of the things that happened right out of the gate was that I had a lot of gray hair. You know, actually my gray hair is starting to go away again. So I think that's from the Terahertz water. But so my gray hair started to just go away, and my hair was getting darker. My skin just kept improving and improving, and it was funny because every time I would do a video, and I was doing a lot of them then, every time I would do a video, I would get comments from subscribers, which at that point I had 10,000 until my channel was taken down by YouTube, that people would say, "My God, you look younger every week." I mean, it was just, and it was pretty freaky. So I had wrinkles, and they were just disappearing, but skin tags were, and you know, sunspots and age spots. So definitely, you know, things that were skin related, it really made a difference. Now remember, all these things I'm going to talk about today, they lengthen your telomeres, which is, they're really reversing the aging process. Humidity. Actually, my friend Peter, he pointed it out, and I was talking about how well I could tolerate the humidity, which I could never tolerate it before. And I said, God, I'm just kind of fine. And actually, this last summer, I here in Florida, in this tiny place, I lived without air conditioning, and I did pretty well most of the time, which I couldn't have done that, you know, 5 years ago or 4 years ago. So just dealing with the humidity. Thinking clearer. We all talked about, I know Erica and I and Tanya, we all talked about how clear our thinking was getting. We almost felt smarter. Well, I believe it was just clearing the fog in the brain, which because of the size of Bob's C60, the buckyballs and the size of them, you know, we were pretty sure that it was, you know, really breaking the blood-brain barrier. So anyways, so that was happening. That was a real bonus. My nails were stronger, and I definitely was not as achy, and I had more energy. So that's been the theme over the last 4 years of the C60. And there's a lot of people that have really remarkable results from taking the C60. While I'm on the subject of C60, Bob has a new version of it. I'll show you. This stuff is crazy. So he's got the C60 that's water soluble. He actually figured out the chemistry where he could have the C60 in water. And so anyways, if you spray this on something that hurts, it goes away immediately. Like immediately. It's crazy. So it's called Tropical Mist. So this is always in my grab bag. I have this. So this is a new product from him. And I got turned on to this. And we know about mineral sprays and how they, you know, the mineral sprays that are magnesium and how effective they are. Like if you have aches and pains, or if you have, you know, the restless leg syndrome, that, you know, this is, it usually the magnesium spray will work. But this one is the best one I found. It's called EESystem. And actually, Dr. Snell recommended this. And so now I've added this to my toolkit. So if my shoulder gets sore or something like that, I spray it with my EESystem. Listen, we don't have to be in pain. That's what's really cool about some of these things I'm going to be talking about today. There's things we can use, spray on ourselves, and it will almost immediately remove, if not all the pain, most of the pain. So let's move to the next thing, the Terahertz device. This thing's a keeper. I think if I had to choose between all the devices and machines and cubes and all that stuff, I would keep the Terahertz device. There's a lot of reasons for that. It's instantaneous. If you have pain, you wand, like my knee hurts, I wand my knee and it stops hurting in 10 minutes. I just, I do a counterclockwise motion on my knee, and it just removes the pain. It's remarkable, and they're not expensive. They're $350. The cube's expensive. The EESystems are expensive, but everybody can afford this, and so you can have something in your house that really improves your quality of life. I can't say enough about that device. So I'm going to tell you, I've been with this now, I think, since March. And it took a minute for me to really figure out how to use it for me. So I was getting, I think it was neuropathy, but what was happening is my fingertips and 4 of my toes were numb. My fingertips, not all the time, like when I would get up, is probably how I was sleeping, but still, I really have to shake it out. And if it was the middle of the night, my hands were numb, right? So that's a little concerning. And then my toes had been numb forever, like 5, 7, 8, 9 years, right? So I started using the wand, which is what we call the device, and doing a counterclockwise on all my acupuncture points, which with my hands front and back, and on my feet front and back. And you know what? It's almost completely gone. And there are so many testimonials, people talking about neuropathy with the Terahertz device. Highly recommend it for that. Like I said, removing aches and pains. Okay, eyesight. So a lot of people have reported it improving their eyesight. Also the cube, too. People are talking about it improves their eyesight. But I had a horrible eye infection in December, and a lot of people had that infection. I often wondered, what was really happening there? But it was bacterial. And so even when I finally got rid of it, because I don't usually get an infection and keep it. If I get anything that's a little bit chronic, I usually can get rid of it right away. But I couldn't shake that eye infection. So the aftermath of it was, first it started to improve when I got the wand. So I got in December. I was taking homeopathics that Dr. Snell was recommending. It was getting better. And then when I added the wand to it, I would do the same thing. I closed my eyes and put it on the lowest heat, like where there's no heat, and the light blower, and I would just wand my eyes, and I would do counterclockwise in my eyes. And I also had some floaters. The floaters are gone. There's one tiny little one now in this eye, but they're pretty much gone. And that's definitely the Terahertz. So moving on to the next thing. So improving eyesight. Lots of testimonials for that. Okay, so hair loss. Again, I was really sick in December, and I didn't know this was part of my illness, whatever it was. It was some vile frickin' virus, and everything that they're putting out there now, only knows. So, anyways, my hair was starting to fall out. No, I have since talked to a lot of people said they got really sick and then their hair started falling out. So, I am not going to have that. I'm not going to have hair loss. So somebody said use the wand as a hair dryer. So I started using a hair dryer. 3 times I used it and my hair stopped falling out. And I tell people all the time, I go, listen, if your hair is falling out, this wand is worth buying for your hair and for the charged water. Forget if you ever use it on anything else. It's worth it. So, and a lot of people have hair loss for many reasons, and neuropathy. It's because of the metals in our diet. There's something in my eye, sorry. But because of the metals that, that we're taking into our system, I think is what's causing the neuropathy. Help. And Hold on here. Okay. So anyways, and then these weird viruses that are going around, things like the hair loss, and there's these like new things that people wouldn't normally get. So it's great to have this wand because it completely works. All right, so let's talk about the knees. So I mean, I don't even know how many times I've fallen on my knees. I just don't know what my problem was, because I refuse to fall anymore. I just will not do it. I watch where I'm going. I'm careful. I just slow down. I get in the moment, because my problem is always I'm thinking about 100 things, and all of a sudden I've run into a door. So my knees are just messed up. Plus, did I have the YouTube channel then? No, I don't think I was still on the island. So I hadn't moved to Berkeley yet. So that was 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, maybe 9 years ago. So I was going and getting those injections that you get in your knee like once a month. And of course, they don't really work. I mean, they stop, they make things feel better for a while, but then you have to go. And I hate anything injected in me. That's the last time I think I ever went to a doctor for anything. So anyways, I had scheduled a knee replacement. So, standard thing that tell everybody, cartilage on cartilage. I thought, oh, wow, okay, it must be really bad. But I just suspected, I think I can heal this. So I was scheduled like the following morning to go and get a knee replacement. And I couldn't get off the island. I was iced in. Divine intervention. And so anyways, as I was sitting there, I thought, I cannot believe I can't get off the island. So my drive from the ferry to my house, which is like 2 miles, by the time I got to my house, I go, I'm going on an anti-inflammatory diet. This is ridiculous. I bet you if I do that, I will not have to get a knee replacement. So sure enough, I went on the anti-inflammatory diet, which is just basically a paleo diet. I went on that, and within a week, my knees stopped hurting. So I continued on that for quite some time. Of course, you kind of fall away from some of those things that actually work. And but I fell downstairs backwards. I mean, just on and on and on. So my knees were really, got messed up again. So I had a horrible fall here, and then I had whatever. So my knees are just messed up. So and sometimes they click and what have you. But I'm just determined I am not getting a knee replacement. So anyways, what I didn't know is that that Terahertz device actually helps to rebuild cartilage. And I am here to tell you that is exactly what's happened for me. So my knees are, I would say right now, at 80%. And I would say in another month they'll be 100%. It works. It really works. I had a swollen ankle. I don't know why. Maybe because I broke it years ago, but it was like the lymph was stuck there. I think this is combination cube, the Terahertz water, the charged water, the Terahertz device. I think the three of them finally just took care of that lymph that was swollen around my ankle. And that just happened recently. So I would say about 2 weeks ago. And the swelling is gone. And I had it for years. 10, 12, 13 years. Okay, and then there's the Terahertz water. I mean, you can't say enough about that water. It's completely alkaline. People are doing testimonial after testimonial after testimonial, just drinking water. And I've talked about this before, but my colleague, Diane, her husband, the first 2 weeks they got the one, he never used it on his body. He just drank the water, and his cholesterol dropped by 50 points. So there you go. Okay, this is what else is happening, and I believe it's from the water, is that my skin, I literally have to use like a scrub. Like I use a Korean washcloth. It almost feels like plastic. And I have to scrub my skin really hard because my layers of skin just keep peeling off. And there's this, really healthy skin under it. And I have to do it almost daily. I mean, it's just my chest, my arms, I have to just scrub to get all the dead skin off. Yeah, I've never had that happen before. My digestion is it's just night and day. I don't know. Is it the, I don't think it was the C60. I think it was definitely the terahertz frequency, the charged water, and the cube is really helping that. More energy, that comes and goes. I'm getting to a point where I'm more consistent and I have more energy. I definitely got it at first with the C60 and then it kind of waned. And then if I use the wand on my adrenals, it really helps. And and also with this wand, like the C60, you feel smarter. There's something about how the way that the wand works is that it strengthens and really embraces the healthy cells. And why not, right? All right, so let's go to the cube. That's a little bit more hard to pinpoint because I've already was doing these other things, but I can tell you what some of the things that have happened that I know definitely were the cube. So I'm sleeping better. It clears emotional stuff, which also helps to clear pain. So 1 week, Diane and I were really angry. We couldn't figure out why we were so angry. We both look at each other and go, oh, the cube. So it's just clearing, some kind of trauma that we weren't even aware of. And then my hip, which was a little problematic, it let go. So that was pretty cool. And I'm seeing it in my clients. It's really changing my clients. And it's funny, some of them, when they start to break through, they won't come back. I think it just scares them a little bit that they're actually, this emotional stuff's coming up. And it really shouldn't, because it just comes up and out. You don't have to really deal with it or think about it. It's just coming out. It's just coming up and out. You just let it go. Let's see, the swollen lymph, I think it's really helped that. Now, along with the cube, we use the bioacoustic sound. That's enough, monkey. Oh my gosh. We're using the bioacoustic sound, and that is a real game changer because, it helps with creating coherence. And I know the cube is supposed to do that too, which it creates coherence. And we did, Dr. Snell just did her first research, her body of research on the combination of the cube and the bioacoustic sound. And we were just seeing really high numbers in coherence. And remember, coherence means that the energetic system and the physical system align and can communicate. And once that happens, you're giving the body the space for it to heal itself, because the cube doesn't heal you, the terahertz device doesn't heal you, the water doesn't heal you. What happens is you're giving the body the information it needs to heal itself, right? So you have to be careful with that, because I'm watching that happen a lot with even like the cube, where people are saying, well, if you just go in there for, days and days and or hours and hours and hours, and, you can just come out healed. Okay, I don't believe that's the way to go. And I'm just finding, my journey through all of this has been slow and steady, and it lasts. And I don't have to have those really huge ups and downs, like feel really crappy one day and then really good the next, which you will do if you're seriously detoxing. But anyways, yeah. So with the combination with the sound and the cube, and then we also use the terahertz, you know, it really works. And as a matter of fact, we're talking, Diane and I are talking about adding the tuning forks and the some of my therapeutic sound, the bowls and what have you, and also adding that to the sessions that we do with the cube. And because when we have done that, it has been very powerful for people. So anyway, I just wanted to go over that and you know, give you some information if you have some issues, maybe, you know, which of these things is going to serve you, you know, the best, and in the most timely way, and you know what's going to work with your budget, right? So if you need to know anything at all, or if you have any questions, you know, I'm very accessible, and if there's something I don't know, I have a lot of people that I can reach out to who are a lot smarter than me. So I'm more than happy to do that. Yeah. So, okay, maybe when you're in Palm Coast, you can come and see me at our center. It's just the sweetest little place, and a lot of healing goes on in that room. And Diane and I care a great deal about people. It's why we see people one at a time, or if it's couples, they can come, you know, together, or sometimes 2 girlfriends will come, or 3 girlfriends will come. So we really like to keep it small and intimate so we can really pay attention to you and your needs. But yeah, and it's really rewarding to do it like that. Okay, everybody, so Radical Gardener, from my garden to yours, may your garden always grow. I'm going to send you a ton of love. Oh, and I survived Nicole. Jeez. 2 hurricanes, really? Really? Okay, whatever. All right, you guys, have a good one. Bye.